most about working as an RD at Western is two things. First, the students. The students here they're a fascinating bunch. This isn't your typical university that's so focused on their college sports and football and things like that, but rather it's a student population that's very academically oriented and social justice oriented. There are some issues that they really like to rally around, one of them being the environment, and they're very focused on that.
What I really like about working at Western as a resident director is the level of autonomy that it's afforded me in this position. There are 9 resident directors, and we're each responsible for our own buildings in different areas. And so this really means that we work independently with our staff and with our students during conduct and hall council and community council, programming, the whole gamut. And what that means is that it's really helped me grow and develop as a professional in the field, as well as learning my own leadership styles and supervision styles.
What I enjoy most about working as a resident director here at Western is the opportunity to collaborate with other offices. So I really appreciate that my supervisor kind of encourages me to collaborate with other offices.
Another thing that I really enjoy is the professional staff here. They are all very serious about the work they do. They have a deep commitment to student welfare and student development, and they work very hard to it.
With that, there's also a lot of support that comes in with other resident directors as well as supervisors and the rest of the residence life team.
Both the student population and the professional staff, I think what we'll find is that they're very committed to what they believe in.
I don't think at any other institution that sometimes the offices don't really allow, they want you to stay with your job, and here it's not only encouraged, it's sort of required as part of your job description to network and work with other offices, and I really appreciate that. And in turn, this collaboration also becomes professional development, and that's something that I really value. I'm allowed to seek out other professional development opportunities that I can create and form to my own interests.
What I've noticed about professional development here at Western is there's a lot of opportunities, and the RD has a lot of autonomy to make decisions about what kind of professional development opportunities we want to pursue. But then there's also some that are built in, which are some regional conferences that we attend, and then there's a variety of committees that RDs sit on with different departments and different parts of the university residences that you really make significant contributions.
There's multiple committees that you can sit on. Right now I'm sitting on the RD search committee and a committee that is looking at assessing the experience of our international student population. And so in the past I've been on the assessment committee, and so there's multiple things that I've been able to do to really get a lot out of my position here as a resident director and really help me grow as a professional.
I've had several opportunities. I went to the Faculty and Staff of Color conference in Vancouver, Washington, which was a great way to network with fellow professionals and hear what's going on at different schools in terms of student affairs and working in university residences.
Last year, there was the Northwest Takuhoi Conference was in Vancouver, which is really close by to our campus, and so my supervisor really encouraged me to submit a proposal to present, and me and another colleague did end up presenting a topic about assessing for new professionals, which was a really amazing experience.
I get emails every day from my supervisor who's always telling me about new events that are going on, conferences, publication opportunities, just a number of different programs that can increase the number of skills and opportunities that you have as a young professional.
There's really a strong encouragement to be involved professionally and develop yourself professionally. One of the questions that routinely comes up with my supervisor is, what are you doing? How are you getting better? How do you want to be different a year from now?
I felt very welcomed when I first joined the group. We are a very positive, enthusiastic group of people that's always encouraging to work with a group like that.
I would describe the culture here at Western within at least university residences and residence life as one of collaboration. I think having just 9 resident directors, there's a lot of opportunity for us to collaborate and work with one another.
I was very impressed when I started with residence life, how supportive all the resident directors were of my work, even though we're all really busy. I know I can always call another RD and get feedback, and they do the same with me. And I also really appreciate the support across university residences. Everyone who works with us really tries to understand how much work and collaborate with the RDs. And that's really nice to see that I haven't seen on all campuses. It's everyone's working towards one mission.
We're a group of very diverse people too, both from backgrounds and perspectives. So that's always very rich, challenging and rich in conversations and group projects.
Overall, my experience and how I would describe the culture here is one of real collaboration and teamwork. I believe we all have the same commitment and understanding of what our purpose is within the division, and we can really support one another in that way.
What really surprised me about working at Western was really the level of excitement, engagement, enthusiasm that the students brought to programming, to community council, to getting to know me and working with the RAs.
What surprised me about Western when I came to visit for my on-campus interview were the resident advisors. The resident advisors have a working knowledge of what self-authorship is and apply it to the residents' education model.
What's really surprised me about Western Washington is the holistic approach that it takes. So we have opportunities to work with admissions, student affairs, academic advising, and the personnel from every department are really approachable. And so we always work as a team for the student.
When you see it and experience it for yourself, it's a surprising piece of the job, and it really makes it an exciting piece of the job, and something that I haven't experienced elsewhere and will definitely keep me here.
I chose to apply to Western because it was different than what I had experienced before. I get to see the ocean every day and the mountains right next to it and some beautiful trees behind me. I was looking for schools that placed a lot of emphasis on student leadership and diversity and that were student-centered.
A couple of things that were most attractive about Western that really drew me into Western Washington University is one, which is probably the most obvious thing you'll see, is just the location. It is a beautiful part of the world. If you like the outdoors, where you like to go hiking or camping or canoeing, this is the place to be.
Western is also a school that embraces the idea of diversity and what every person has to offer, and there are some really neat initiatives around that topic. It is also very student-centered. The student voice is very valuable here.
What drew me to Western, one of the things that I noticed first and foremost is really an innovative and theory-based residential education model. Looking far and wide, you're not going to find many other schools that are really pushing it when it comes to a residential curriculum and trying new things and sort of outside the box. And so as a recent grad, that was really, really attractive as a place to work, really able to connect theory to practice, and spent a lot of time talking about that in graduate school. So to find a place to work that's doing that was great.
The other thing that really attracted me to come and work at Western is the residence education model that we use to deliver our student development agenda. It's a very unique approach to student development. It is very well based in theory. It's very intentional, and because of its intentionality, community building isn't something that happens on accident here. It's something that starts at the top and flows all the way through from our leadership team to the RDs, to the RAs, to the residents, and you can see how it flows all the way through.
The environment is great, and the community and the people that I work with are really top notch, and so those things combined we're very attractive here at Western, and the working environment to feel like you're making, have good friends and you have very good professional colleagues. So it was a combination of all those things that really drew me to Western, and I'm happy to be here.